In this video, we will show you how to replace your rear upper control arm on the Chevy Trailblazer. This is part of the rear suspension located behind your rear wheel. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. The first thing you need to do is safely raise and support the rear of the vehicle so the wheels are off the ground. Once you've done so, continue on to removing your center cover. We'll use a trim tool for this. After that, remove all 6 of your 19mm lug nuts and then the wheel. Now with the wheel off of there, let's continue on by applying a little bit of pressure underneath the rear differential. We'll come right along the bottom of the shock here, apply some upward pressure. Once you have support underneath that, we can start removing the upper control arm from the differential here. For this, you'll find that you have a 21mm headed bolt that makes its way from the inside towards the outside, and another 21mm right here. This one's a nut. We'll go ahead and remove this bolt. We'll inspect the mounting hardware as we continue removing it. Now at this point, to remove this bolt, you may have to either raise or lower the differential to pull this bolt out of place. Now as we follow the bar forward to its connection point on the frame, you'll find that you have your inside wheel well blocking the area for the bolt to be able to slide out and through. There's 2 things you can do here. Either carefully cut a small notch in this so you can pull this out, or just move down here and use a 10mm to remove this bolt. Once we've done that, we just have 2 push clips and we can pull this out of place. Let's remove this push clip as well. To remove the push clips, it's very simple. Just go ahead and grab around the center, unlock it, and then you can remove the outer portion as well. Now we can take hold of this lower panel. We'll carefully start pulling that away. We don't want to damage it. At this point, we can flex this up and gain access to our 21mm headed bolt under here. Let's go ahead and pull on the fender liner a little bit. We'll make our way on the inside so we can start removing this bolt. Now it does have a captured nut, which is located on the inside of the frame here. We're not going to worry about that. We'll just remove the bolt. Now we can take hold of this. We're going to give it a wiggle and start pulling it out and away from the frame. Now that we have that broken free, let's pay attention to the emergency brake cable bracket. We'll use a 10mm to remove this. Now we can move things around as needed here. We should be able to slide this out of place. There it is, friend. All right, now we can prepare to install our brand new rearward upper control arm. Before we do so, it's important to make sure that you understand that this isn't a straight control arm. It does have an angle. So you need to compare it to the original one. What you'll find is if you put this backwards, it's not going to align properly. This one's going to curve out where it should actually curve in a little bit towards the front. So we'll just make sure we have it in the same exact orientation. And now we can get this in the vehicle. Now, as we bring this into position, we'll make sure that we have it in the exact orientation as when we had removed the original. We'll slide this in, align the forward bolt hole, and slide that bolt straight on in there. We'll start it in by hand, leave it loose, and continue towards the rear. Let's get the rearward bolt in here. At this point, you may have to either raise or lower the differential to get this properly aligned. We'll start on that mounting nut as well. Now, before we continue tightening either of these, it's important to make sure that we bring the rear differential up into the original ride height position. Otherwise, if you were to tighten these now, you could cause serious damage to the bushings once you do have the vehicle in the ride height position. There we are. Now, with this in the original ride height position, we'll continue on by snugging and torquing each of these bolts to 97 foot-pounds. The next thing we'll do is just slide this into place. Sometimes it moves around a little bit. That's okay. Just take hold of it, slide it off of the frame, align it with the hole, and put in your mounting bolt. Let's resecure the fender liner now. Just flex this out of the way, slide this into place. Once we've done so, we'll continue on with that 10mm headed mounting bolt. This has a nice large washer on it, should hold it in place for us. Continue on to our 2 push clips. You want to slide these in by forcing the outer aspect in first. Once you've done so, continue on by locking it in by pressing in the center. There's one, same for the top. Carefully remove the support from under your differential. Now we can reinstall our wheels, start on all 6 of those lug nuts, and we'll snug them up. Let's get the wheel back on the ground. With the wheel safely on the ground, let's torque these to 103 foot-pounds in a crisscross manner. Torqued. Now we'll reinstall our center cover. On that cover, you should find that you have this area that protrudes out, unlike any other. Look in your wheel. You'll find the area that it fits into. Align that properly and drive this into place. Okay, friend, we showed you how to install one side of your rear shock. The process for one side of the vehicle is the exact same thing as the other. Once you've done that, take your vehicle for a road test down to your local alignment shop. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.